Looks like we're getting it. We're in for it now,
boy.
boys. We're in for it now, Scoob.
Oh, zoink, Scoob.
So everyone, sit back, relax, keep the stream on. Maybe go get a snack or some popcorn. We are in for a doozy. King Chris, our other lights, can play rather defensively at times, and I'm assuming this may be one such matchup we might be seeing in it, but I could be wrong, as we're already kind of seeing a flurry of stuff going on right now. When did Infinitedeletion pick up this Mii Gunner? Because as far as I've known him to be, I only knew Infinitedeletion as a Mii Gunner player and see Caleb the Pac-Man player. When did they meld together to become one collective entity?
So, from when I first saw see Caleb, as that was a really nice jab block. It was I think a concrete showdown where he came out like into Midtown New York and was playing both characters, using his discretion to try and choose which matchups he wanted to work on. This is a bit more of an unorthodox Mii Gunner kit. Is a little bit more focused on distance, to tell the truth, with these charge shot and the stealth blast right there. He uses fair distance so well. Like, I'm just speaking from how he played against Mouse Rat in the Xeno Grand Finals. And what I think Lights, like, while we were joking about the timeouts happening and how Infinitedeletion is really pretty good at them, Lights might want to start trying to put on the pressure a little bit and turn this game into an up-tempo kind of environment so that the Mii Gunner starts to fold, because there's not much that Mii Gunner can do besides things like Nair and Fair to get out of a lot of situations that ZSS can put them in.
I feel like Lights also differs himself, like, from a lot of other, I'll say highly defensive instead of campy, but in terms of, is that he knows how to weave his way in, both advantage-wise and also get out disadvantage-wise. I feel like a lot of players that tend to play defensively really only know one side of the coin, which is getting out. I feel like Lights knows how to get in just as well, and we're seeing that right here with just this onslaught of ranged moves. And like you said, like, the amount of pressure being done to Infinitedeletion right now is causing them to fold quite a bit, I'd say. Just like, if you're overwhelming Mii Gunner, there's really not a lot they can do to get themselves out of these hairy situations. They mostly pride themselves on, all right, here's my wall, I'm going to set it up, and I'm going to keep you out, and that's how this is going to go.
Yeah, like, the way, with a lot of the best characters in this game, and how they approach a lot of the mid or high tier zoners that do significantly well against just in general, like characters like Pac-Man and Game & Watch and Mii Gunner, Samus, like those kind of characters. The best characters always get something or are able to disrupt the flow that these zoners can start creating and like break down the walls that they put up. Whether it be with someone like Wario, who gets washed by just waiting, or someone like ZSS, who uses the thin frame, or their thin frame and flip kick to always kind of be in the spot that Mii Gunner really just doesn't want you to be in.
They got a lot of mobility too, and I also just the hitboxes that ZSS has at her disposal too, given the Zair and side B and neutral B, like all of those moves do a really great job of acting almost as like a pseudo zoning, rather zoning moves in their own right. Like, you're seeing how that side B is reflecting the smart prom back, and the Zair is also managing to just penetrate that wall of defense that Mii Gunner has set up just a little bit. That being said, though, kind of a more even game now. Like, Lights was kind of running away with that, and somehow two quick stocks just kind of came off of him.
Yeah, I just kind of, I looked at the stock count and was like, wait a minute. Hold on, we have a game here.
It seems like the war of attrition has almost been getting to Lights a little bit, because once you do have a lead, you know, you don't always have to approach as soon as you've got that lead squirreled away, especially against characters that have like avoidable move kick. But I think the stealth shot is a very unique. I almost don't see a lot of Mii Gunners use it, but Infinitedeletion is one Mii Gunner who I see use that move to like that is a really good projectile for that character. A lot of them use the strong side B, or other ones who use the fire pillar. I almost never see this side B used, but it is so damn good at just getting in there, the way it moves. how small it appears, so you almost can't see it as it's approaching you.
I mean,
He stole that game back.
It's stealth for a reason, and I really do I find it interesting how well this kit melds together, because your charge shot has that innate threat to it of being a 30% blast that you could take at any time depending on variants of charge, and mine, which is affected by gravity and covers the ground super well, like falls off of platforms. Stealth Blast is this perfect midline. Oh, I just hit my mic.
So stealthy.
Yeah.
You got Stealth Blast in real
Oh my
life.
god, he hit me in real life. Stealth Blast covers this perfect mid-air area that isn't covered by the threat of charge shot and the falling of these remote bombs. Like it snipes out jumps super well, and he's been placing it in a lot of areas where he's basically calling out when Lights is going to retreat or when he's going to move forward, and there's this surprise little boom waiting for him when he does that.
It's really quick too. Like,
yeah,
it moved. It doesn't look like it has like a ton of end lag on it. It moves super quickly. What is really small has a pretty well-sized hitbox as well once it detonates, so it can almost be jarring to get hit by it. But right now, Lights is trying to navigate their way through this minefield right now.
Yeah, literal minefield, and what Deletion has proven throughout all of the games that I've watched him play, all the games that I watched him time people out, is that his shield discipline is second to none. Like he knows, like, if you're gonna try and mix him up with a grab, or if he's on a platform and you don't have something like Bowser side B or like an aerial command grab, he's perfectly content to wait in shield. And ZSS, it doesn't have the most potent of like shield damaging tools. Very safe, but there's not much that she can do to whittle that shield down to nothing.
That is true, and a lot of the mileage players get on characters, that pretty much are like run and gun, like run away, don't get hit, try to set up a defensive wall, is they thrive on getting percentage off of the player's bad defensive habits, and Infinitedeletion has his defensive game on lock. Like you said, he does tend to sit and shield quite a bit because he knows he can't. If he's on a platform, what are you going to get hit by? Grab? And once he knows that the shield is just small enough to where he gets poked, he'll begin setting up his wall, which is moving off the platform. It's really up to Lights to kind of pin Infinitedeletion down, and they're doing a pretty good job of keeping them on the back line right now, though. Like, just with that being said, though, the stealth snipe comes out once again.
He doesn't use it often, but he uses it in tandem with one of the other two tools, whether it be bomb or charge shot. He's always planning out, like, this first thing is a bait. It's there to get you to move, and the second thing, the stealth blast, is what's actually going to deal the damage. And it's all done from a crazy distance, so it's all safe.
This is insane.
Look at all these bombs.
And they're almost playing like tennis right now. Like, they're just one's shooting the smart bomb out, and the other one's just kind of trying to hit it away with the. But as we saw last game, the lead is slowly closing as Infinitedeletion is just making his way back. Just not afraid to be at a deficit. Like, it's not particularly like they're riding the momentum or anything like that. It's just that Lights is getting a bit more antsy to get in, although that they had the lead, and has quickly lost it as a result of that.
Yeah, once Lights manages to get that opening, he's able to find ways to get damage on and get those kills, and that's what he's been searching for pretty much this whole game. Is he's trying to use the foot kick berry to punish these grenade tosses or the charge shot, like whatever item or projectile that Deletion is throwing out. Yet he always seems to just mistime it a little bit. Finally getting one and getting a second. So perhaps a turn of the tides, but if we know anything from the first game, is that Caleb can make these comebacks.
Oh yeah, for sure. I do like, however, in comparison to the last game, Lights has seemed to have made the adjustment where they still are like, I see a lot of characters and players who will think that they've done all the work that they can in neutral or on their punish, and then they proceed to lose stage control for themselves and move back. I like that Lights just still stays within this mid-range at all times and is not dashing away too poorly unless they know they're in a bad spot. They're just kind of staying in Infinitedeletion space and thus giving themselves more and more mileage or opportunities to get another punish started up. Like, it's not backing off whatsoever.
All right. He gave him the roll after he saw the deletion commit to the up tilt. It's like, haha, you whiffed. Now I will roll. The Zaire knocking away those bombs is really clutch for Lights, because now while it is a lot of use of Zaire and a lot of rather particular spacing, disrupting a zoner's methodology is in and of itself a win.
Yeah, for sure. It's taking away the only thing that they really have, honestly. I do like how Lights is using these flip kicks to just kind of reestablish stage control for themselves, just completely avoiding the ledge, because Smart Bomb over ledge is like super difficult. And I feel like, all right, Lights has now realized that there's a minute and a half left on the clock, and they've shifted into defense mode. And now it's it's super risky though. I feel like to do this strat on a last stock, just because it's only gonna take in Infinitedeletion a few good hits to make up the mark, and then it's gonna kind of bite you in the butt a little bit. So Lights has to be really careful with how they manage it.
Yeah, each stealth blast is another 15% on the board, but I feel like this is some sort of call out here from Lights, where he's looking at Deletion in the eyes and saying, "I know you can't approach, so I won't do it. You have to even this up.
You have to come through."
Some of these jumps are risky though.
They're scary, yeah. If you're getting caught with no double jump after getting hit by that thing, and also with no flip kick left, it's really scary. So, but I don't know. They're just avoiding the best that they can, not doing dumb jumps. But this is like, no, this is crunch time now. We're in the last 20 seconds, so this is prime mistake making time where you think, I've seen a lot of people blow their leads where they think they gotten away with it. But Lights stayed consistent there. Now I don't see really any opportunity for Infinitedeletion to get this kill right here. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, even that charge shot wouldn't do enough to jump from 147. It's not going to do whatever 47 minus 103 is.
Good stuff to Lights right there. Just
it's not going to do 56. So. There we go.
That is a very hard committal to do on your last. Like if you have a stock up, like timing out, it's like, okay, I'll commit to that. But on your last stock with only like 40 to 50% differential, like that's one good string of projectiles, and you've lost the lead and the game, because Gunner also has a pretty good runaway game as well. But Lights just confident and just sticking in there. That was interesting. Yeah. Super scary.
It's tentative and it sets you on edge, but like we saw with the last game, we saw Lights playing against, oh man, what's his name?
Infinitedeletion or Tiny Giant.
Tiny Giant. I knew it was Giant something.
Yeah.
Sorry, my fellow. Like he played that confidently. Like he went into it and said, "Yeah, I know that this game has the threat to go into timeout. So let me game one try and just really put on the pressure, turn on the jets, and see how he reacts to it. Oh, his defense is super good. I play ZSS. I can outcamp any zoner.
Disadvantage? What's that? Flip kick? See you later. Deuces. I'm out. I'm gone.
Peace."
But now they're on a significantly smaller stage with, I dare say, like less real estate to navigate. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen here. This is really going to put Infinitedeletion's defensive game to the chops, or rather defensive game chops to the test here. Just given that Lights doesn't really have as much space to navigate, and Flip Kick can kind of navigate the entire stage in one go. So I really want to see how Deletion really handles this.
This is a cute little string. Keep in mind that this is Deletion's counter pick. Like this, Caleb chose this stage.
That's true. I completely forgot about that.
He chose it potentially to make it so that the actual range of his projectiles is more all-consuming than on a stage like PS2, where ZSS can go to a platform or go to the air. Smash Bros. Doesn't have as much real estate, and Jane Wick over here is saying, "Aha, free real estate."
Jane Wick. I was wondering what is the Me Gunner modeled after? I think Jane Wick is perfect. I don't know if that's actually what it is, but it's really funny.
I don't know.
Just a little tickle.
Oh yeah.
Just a little tickle to get the kill right there.
Yeah. No jump. Here you go.
I think you make a really good point right there. I think you're right, because like now that these projectiles have less stage to cover, it's even more of like a minefield, which almost forces Lights to be in this perma-aggressive state where they have to be in, or else they're going to be at the mercy of Deletion's projectile game. But so far, that's not really working in Deletion's favor too much. I feel like Lights now feels more confident to kind of keep the opponent out of range, because ZSS also does have tools that can deal with the length of this stage, like Zair and side B and neutral B. So it's really just going to be who's more confident in their poke game, who's more confident in how they deal with disadvantage, and I'd probably bet on the ZSS for that, just given, that's what they're mostly used to.
Yeah, I do like how Caleb is calling out all of these paralyzers. It's like, you can't shoot anything at me. I only shoot things at you. So stop that.
I'm the gunner, not you. You may have a gun, but I am the gunner.
Get that weak little blaster out of here.
Get that little taser out of here.
That should be it, yeah.
Although a lot more fast-paced game in comparison to the last one. I think that's just given the nature of this stage. So I feel like Caleb isn't actively going for the timeouts. I feel like he's just like, all right, well, this might come to me, and it might happen. So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, though, I'll be shooting my bombs and blasts and bleeps and bloops right at you.
I mean, whether it is an adjustment or not, like, he stuck to his guns, literally.
Literally.
Throughout the entire set. So 40% isn't that much, and ZSS, while her damage output can be crazy, like if you're forcing ZSS to only hit you with like fair, you get hit by fair, and that's it. You get hit by a grab, and that's it. Like, you can catch up real quick against ZSS.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like, I feel like Deletion is getting a lot more off of the interactions than Lights has been. Like, Lights has only been getting like a fair one and like pokes here or there. Like, there's no really substantial follow-ups coming out of that, whereas Infinitedeletion gets one shot with an explosion. There's usually a stealth bomber following right after, or even a charge shot.
You know what? I've just noticed that a button that we haven't really seen in a good while. Also, he doesn't have a jump.
Oh no! Okay. Oh yes.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, I'm a genius! Oh no! Still though, a well, exquisite, excellent, nice back air gonna be taking that game. 4 lights. Nice. Wow. Yeah, good. And Deletion tried to set up with the fair boost right there to get them out of that sticky situation, but inadvertently getting kind of kicked in the face for it as Lights was totally aware of that option, and ZSS has the snap reactions to do that. So I feel very, very bad for anyone in loser's bracket right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We salute you.
We salute you, soldier. Good luck. Get in there.